Good morning to all the third BCom General and Computer students. Welcome back to the class. Okay, previous two classes also we discussed about loans, types of loans and forms of the loans. Already we discussed in previous class about overdraft, cash credit, okay, credit cards, home loan, vehicle loans, educational loan and personal loan. We also discussed about the gold loan also in the previous class. Next types or next forms of loans we are going to learn. Okay, we discussed about bank overdraft. We also discussed about cash credit, personal loan, consolidated loans, educational loans, vehicle loan, gold loan, policy loan, and today's topic is about property against loan. Means you are taking the loan against the property what you have, means it comes under loan against property. Okay, the individual takes the loan by mortgaging the house property. It is a secured loan. Okay, this loan is called as which loan? Secured loan. Why it is called as secured loan? Because you are keeping some security. What is the security you are keeping? You are keeping biggest asset. That biggest asset is nothing but your house property. You are keeping as a security and taking the loan. Very important, secured loan. One of the cheapest retail loans after home loans, usually about 12% and 16% is the rate of interest for these loans. Okay, so what is happening here is, in this loan, means when you keep your house property as a security and if you take the loan, the rate of interest is going to be very less. Actually, here he gave 12% to 16%, but for home loan it may be 6% in some banks, some 8%, 9% and 10% also. Some banks are there which are giving the loans on home loans. Home loans against the property if you keep, the rate of interest is very less in very big banks. Other banks, the rate of interest is from 12% to 16%. Clear? Since the rate of interest is lower frequently, loans against property equated monthly installments turn out cheaper. So what is happening when you take a 20 lakhs loan or 10 lakhs loan or 30 lakhs loan, this is divided into number of years and yearly you are paying the EMI. You are paying EMI equated monthly installments. What is EMI? Equated monthly installments. This 20 lakhs is divided into number of years, months, and it is paid by you. It is automatically deducted from your salary or from your account every month. Okay, that comes under EMI, which turns very cheaper for the consumer to pay the loan. Maximum loan eligibility is determined. Maximum loan eligibility is determined primarily by the value of the property and income. So you can get the huge amount of the loan because you are keeping the security to the bank. The maximum loan tenor for LAP is for how many years? 15 years. Means 180 months. It is coming to 180 months. How many years? 15 years. You can take the loan under house loan or home loan by keeping some property as a security and taking the loan. In this loans, the rate of interest is very high. You are keeping the security. Now the question, suppose you are not paying the EMIs regularly or you are not able to repay the loan, bank will take the right of the house. Whatever mortgage you kept in this loan, that property is going to be taken. The right of the property is transferred from you to the bank. So, risk. For whom there is a risk? For bank, no risk. Only for you there is a huge risk. Okay. Why there is no risk for the bank? Because you are paying. If you are not paying, the question comes that if you are not paying, property is taken, seized by the bank. It will resale. It will keep the auction for that. It will sell the property and take the amount. So be careful when you are taking the loans against the property. Next, home loan, same thing. The home loan is a loan advanced to a person to assist to buying a house of condominium. Purchasing a house can be valuable form of investment. Purchasing a house is very big investment. However, it requires considerable thought and careful financial planning before taking on such a big step. So you should think 10 times, or you should think a number of times when you are taking the loan on your home, or when you are taking the home loan, because it is a very huge amount where you are going to take the loan. You should also think behind when we are not able to pay, what is our situation. If owning a house is a part of your financial goal, then you will need to know whether you can afford from your income and save. So this point is very important. This point is clearly giving the information to you. What information it is giving? When you want to purchase a house, and you are applying for the loan, you should think, yes, my salary is enough to pay the loan amount, that is EMI or not. Equated monthly installment, my salary will be sufficient or not. First point. If the salary, the amount is going out in the form of EMI. Next amount, what is available in your salary after the deduction of this EMI, how much amount is left? That amount is useful or is sufficient for your problems like basic needs like food, clothing, shelter, education for your kids, and running the house. That also you should check when you are thinking about the home loan. Very important point. Next, business loan. Business require an adequate amount of capital to fund startup expenses or pay for expansions. So what is happening when you want to take the business loan? Also you require huge capital. As such, companies take out business loans to gain the financial assistance by the need. So big companies, within the Reliance companies, Tata is there, Aditya is there, okay, and you are able to see Birla group of institutions. So these type of companies, goodwill enough. The goodwill of this, the marketing strategies and the investment, the shares, the equities of these companies are enough, which is acting as a very important point for the bank to give the easy loan and avail the loan for this type of people. A business loan is debt that the company is obligated to repay according to the loan terms and conditions, according to the growth of the business, according to the brand of the business, and according to the organization. Means the loans are given. When the loans are given, the person who is taking the loan or the company who is taking the loans should think and follow the terms and obligations or conditions given by the bank. According to US, that is Small Business Administration, before approaching a lender for a loan, it is imperative for the business owners to understand how loans work, and when the lender will want to see from the owner, so how the loans are running in the market, he should get the complete knowledge about that. Then he should keep a step ahead to take the loan. Next, when you come for classification of loans, first we learnt about types of loans. When you come for types of loans, there are 4 types of loans, that is loans, cash credit, overdraft, bills discounted. Next topic was about forms of loans: gold loan, vehicle loan, home loan, policy loan, educational loan, etc. Now we are learning about classification of loans. Okay, this classification of loans are 4 types: secured, unsecured, open-end, closed-end. How many types are there? Classification of loans, 4 types: secured, unsecured, open-ended, closed-ended. 4 types of loans are there under the classification of the loans. I repeat once again, types of loans, 4 types: loans, cash credit, overdraft, bills discounted. Forms of loans, more than 12 forms of loans are there. Few examples is educational loan, okay, home loan, policy loan, vehicle loan, gold loan, property loan, home loan, etc. Now what we are learning? Classification of loans. Classification of loans are how many types? 4 types. Secured, unsecured, open-ended, closed-ended. So let's see in detail what are secured loans. A secured loan is a loan in which the borrower pledge some asset. Means as a promise, as a guarantee, as a security, which is called as collateral. We are keeping our car or vehicle or property or gold or something. If you are mortgaging some asset or some property or some security and then you are taking the loan, means that comes under secured loan. Who is getting secured? You are not getting secured. Bank is getting secured. You are under risk. Bank is getting the security. Clear? Secured loans are loans that rely on the asset as a collateral for the loan. They are trusting, okay, this property is there. If the person is not able to repay the property, I can take the property. Who can take? Bank can take. Okay. In the event of loan, that point only I am saying, you can see the third point. In the event of loan default. What is default here? When the repayment of the loan is not taking place, that comes under default. The lender can take possession of the asset. Possession of the asset means right of the asset he is taking. Who is taking? Banker is taking. According to Negotiable Instrument Act and according to Banking Regulation Act. As used to cover the loan. Why he is taking? In order to cover the loan which you could not repay. Because you are not able to repay that particular loan, he is taking the property or right of the particular asset and he is going to repay the loan. Interest rates for secured loans may be lower than the unsecured loan. Why the rate of interest is less? Because he took your property. Okay, it is acting as a security. Of course, he should decrease the rate of interest. The asset may need to be appraised before you can borrow a secured loan. Appraised means what is the value of the particular asset in the market. The information should be given. Okay, that should have a particular value, particular right. Okay, no what do you say, illegal attachments to that. That should be clear. Then only it is going to take as a security. Clear? Security loan means you are providing some security, some property, some asset to the bank and taking the loan. The rate of interest is less. If you are not able to repay, the bank is going to own the property of that asset. Clear? Unsecured loans. This is very, very important. Now, bank is under risk to get the repayment from the people. Okay, unsecured loans does not have any asset, means they are not taking any collateral security from the customer to repay the loan. These loans may be more difficult to get and have higher interest rate. So the rate of interest is very, very high. Where the rate of interest is high? In unsecured loans, the rate of interest is high. Why the rate of interest is high? Because you are not keeping any property. Okay, you are not keeping any property, you are not giving any mortgage, you are not giving any security, you are not giving your car, you are not giving your jewelry, you are not giving your house, but you are getting the loan. That is the reason they are called as a unsecured loans and the rate of interest is very, very high. Unsecured loans rely solely on your credit history and your income to qualify your loan. Qualify you for the loan. What is your credit position? What is the CIBIL back of you? Previously, how many EMIs you took? Did you clear those all things? If you took any loans, did you clear all these loans or not? It will check out. Then it is going to give the loan to you. Your income, what is your salary? Your salary is also acting as a very important yardstick. Your salary is playing a very vital role to the bank to give the loan to you. In case of default, the lender has to exhaust collections. Options including debit collectors and lawsuit to recover the loan. Suppose you took unsecured loan and you are not able to repay the loan, bank is getting two people into the market. It is bringing two people into the market. Who are the two people? The person who is going to collect the debit from you, debit collectors. Lawsuit according to the law. What type of actions can be taken? How we can get the money from this particular person? Okay, these two people, it is going to consult and it is going to apply on you to get the loan back. For example, credit card debit. What are coming under unsecured loans are given here? Credit card debit, personal loans, bank overdrafts, credit facility or lines of credit. Credit facility, lines of credit, bank overdraft, personal loans, credit etc. comes under unsecured loans. Next is open-ended loans. Open-ended loans are those loans that can be borrowed over and over many number of times. Credit cards, lines of credits are the most common types of open-ended loans. Who are coming under open-ended credit lines? That is, credit cards are coming under open-ended loans. With both of these loans, you can have a credit limit that you can purchase against. By using the credit card, you can purchase any type of item to the particular limit what the bank is providing. Each time you can make a purchase, your avail credit decreases. So what is happening? Very often you are purchasing. When you are purchasing, what is happening? The cash value which is given by the bank for this credit card, the value is going to decrease. As you have payments, your available increases, allow you to use the same credit over and over. Suppose it gave you that 45 days. Within this 45 days, you should repay this credit amount. Suppose within 45 days, you paid the credit. So next time it gives the opportunity to you to use the credit card at the particular limit. Previously, it gave you 50,000 rupees to use on this credit card. You paid within 45 days what the time is given by the bank. Now bank give you 60,000 rupees to use on this credit card. In this way, amount is increased and number of times you can use the credit cards. So that comes under open-ended loans. Okay, closed-ended loans. Closed-ended loans, when you talk about, it can be borrowed once they are being repaid. And after you complete the repayment only, you can use the loan. One more loan you can take. Before repaying one more loan, you can't take one extra loan. As you make payments on closed-ended loans, the balance of the loans get down. If you are paying regularly, loan amount is going to decrease. There is a chance for you to get the next loan. However, you don't have any avail credit, you can use a closed-ended loans. So what is happening? Previously you did not take any loans, means now you can take the loans. Instead, if you need to borrow more money, you have to apply for another loan. Very small amount means up to 1 lakh means you can get the loan. More than 1 lakh and the loan amount is huge, then you should go for other type of loan. Okay. Common types of closed-ended loans include mortgage loans, auto loans and student loans. So closed-ended. Previously open-ended, what he gave? Credit card he gave. Okay. Overdraft he gave. Okay. And credit rates also he gave under open-ended. In the closed-ended, what is telling? You are keeping the mortgage on loans, auto loans and student loans are coming under closed-ended loans. So once again I repeat you that we came across 3 various methods of loans. First one is loan types, next one is forms of loans, next one is classification of loans. So I request you all people to listen the classes, concentrate on the classes. If you are able to note down, please note down some points when we are explaining to you. Okay. And I request all the students to stay home, to stay safe, listen the classes, Okay, be healthy, maintain some notes. Thank you very much all the Pullareddy Degree College final year students.